Hello, everybody. It's Philly Kuts with another Wednesday. Wednesday is new comic book release day, and I got a nice, healthy stack of comics braving the Albany, New York weather. Inclement weather today. It was crazy. It was a crazy fun ride home, but I got my comics, so let's get started. We got a lot of independent titles this week. The first being probably one of the most anticipated titles this week. It is the start of Bitch Planet #1. And this is written by the woman who does Captain Marvel, formerly known as Miss Marvel, Kelly Sue DeConnick. Artwork by Valentine DeLandro. This is put out by Image Comics. Basically, this is a world where women can be sent away to a prison planet. Actually, it's called, in this world, an auxiliary compliance outpost for misbehavior, for being non-compliant. And I guess that could be virtually almost anything that these males in this patriarchy determine, because there's a sequence in here where a woman was upset at her husband because he was having an affair with a younger woman, and she is the one who gets sent to prison. So what the hell? I mean, it's great social commentary. This book really just takes a look at the patriarchy. And let's face it, even in the world we're living now, it's very much a patriarchy. And you go through this book, I just kind of leafed through it, and you're looking at a lot of the images here. And what's interesting is that all the women are they're drawn pretty naturally. They're pretty natural-looking women, the women that inhabit this prison. One of the women is a quite large African-American woman. Her name is Penny Roll, and you see her there. She's getting her clothes. They're in line. There's lots of nudity in this book, so I'll give you a heads up on that. The warden is like this holographic image, and notice how she is shaped. She kind of is like this stereotypical, over-sexualized superhero kind of woman. You know, kind of like the woman we're used to seeing in our books, right? So just very, very interesting on that front. There's also some very interesting things going on in here with race. Like you have the two female characters who are African-American, and they're kind of portrayed as like angry and violent. And then the white woman in here is just kind of portrayed as, I don't belong here, I'm a victim, I shouldn't be here. So that's interesting. I don't know if that was like done on purpose or what, but it really kind of just raises a lot of questions. And I think that this is probably going to be one of the most thought-provoking and talked about books in recent times, at least since I started collecting books again. I mean, I'm just really, really looking forward to see how this turns out. I guess apparently they're part of a reality show based on this prison. Because I don't want to give anything away, but they are being monitored and they are being scouted by someone in here in this world, and they're looking for their new next star among the inmates. So that's like a whole nother thing that's underlying this as well. And there's another shot of the warden, as you can see. And then there's a shot there. You see the guy with the monocle. He's kind of like a overseer guy from the TV department, I guess. So lots of interesting stuff in this book. I'm just stoked, and I think that I'm going to make this an automatic addition to my pull list, because I really want to see where this goes, and it looks very, very exciting. In the back, you also get a little synopsis as to what they are trying to do in this book. And it talks about some feminist notions and ideas. I know that among our set, sometimes in comic books we get put down a lot for that we're sexist, things of that nature. Also with all the video game stuff and the Gamergate, Anita Sarkeesian and Brianna Wu. There's just a lot going on out there with this, and it's a pretty hot topic, and I think that now is the time. And I'm really looking forward to this. So check it out. Image Comics, Bitch Planet. It is going to be probably one of the most talked about comics in recent times. Exciting. All right, over to Marvel. We have the Amazing Spider-Man number, what is this, number 11? Yes, number 11. And it is part 3 of the Spider-Verse saga. Basically, the big thing that happens here is the struggle and conflict between the spiders, namely the Amazing Spider-Man and Superior Spider-Man. They kind of duke it out in here. I think Superior Spider-Man is what, the Doc Ock Spider-Man, if I recall. But this looks like a really, really good book. We learn more about the Inheritors. We get introduced to a new Inheritor character. And the artwork in here is great. You got some great work by Oliver Coipel. And then, oh God, who's the colorist? Justin Ponzer, who did a lot of work, or who did the work on the Death of Wolverine series. So, great looking panels in here. I just love the look. There's a little preview of the brawl between the Amazing and the Ultimate. Little preview. I don't want to give away too much. But this looks like it really sets forth the story in a pretty good direction here. So I'm really looking forward to reading this. I'm probably going to read Bitch Planet first, and I'm going to go right into this. It even looks like there's a little bit of comic relief in here because they do go to Earth 67. And lo and behold, look at who they run into there. Groovy, man. Far out. So, Spider-Verse. Maybe I'll give you guys a little peek of who they run into here. So, spoiler alert, if you don't want to look, if you don't want to see. Where is he? Yeah. That's the Big Daddy. I'm going to leave his name out, but that's the Big Daddy. He's kind of like Zeus of the Inheritors, man. Whew. Watch out. Okay, over to DC. We got Harley Quinn, the holiday special. All I know is that I love Harley Quinn. Harley Quinn is the one title that whenever I get it, I know one thing is definitely going to happen is that I'm going to be in for some laughs. And after doing my job week after week, maybe one day I'll let you guys know what I do, but it's a very stressful job. That's what I need. It's what I need at the end of the day. And this is just going to be basically a collection of short stories, of course, obviously, with a holiday theme. Looks like predominantly Christmas. I don't think you're going to see any Kwanzaa stuff in here. Look, kind of interesting stuff. I don't know what the hell's going on there, but it looks like she's in a barfing contest or something with this kid. They vomit all over each other. I mean, come on. How could you not laugh at that? But some of the artwork in here looks great. Two in particular. Get Your Cheer Out of My Ear. This is written by Amanda Connor, Jimmy Pilati, and the art is by Brant Peters. And I really like the demented look they give Harley Quinn here. It's almost kind of like a Brat-style look. There she is with Santa. And then the other story that I'm looking forward to reading has artwork by Darwin Cook. And he's doing a bunch of variant covers this month for DC. I got the Detective Comics DC one. It's a great one. It's a great picture of Alfred tucking in Bruce Wayne into his easy chair. It's just awesome. Great looking picture. I had to get it. But yeah, this is Darwin Cook. Writers Amanda Connor, Jimmy Plamonte, and then the coloring by the ever-present, the I'm Everywhere, Dave Stewart of Hellboy fame. I can't wait to read this one. So there you go. There's a little Darwin Cook. So if you need a Darwin Cook fix and another unique-looking Harley Quinn, that's what I love about this title, too, so far, is that you're getting so many different looks for Harley Quinn that I'm really looking forward to it. There she is. God, I love Harley Quinn. All right, Batman Eternal number 36. We are learning the main motivations behind Bard, who is the new police chief of Gotham City PD in this title, we learn why he is so after Batman. Like, what happened? Why does he have such a hard-on for Batman? Why does he want him dead? Why does he want him out of there? Why is he out to destroy Batman? And really, the other bigger, larger story is, this is an awesome cover, by the way. I really like that cover. The larger story is, what is the potential fallout that Batman's style of vigilante justice can bring on society as a whole? Meaning, could he spawn a bunch of other wannabes, a bunch of other vigilante-type people to do what he does, but cause destruction? So, you know, some cool things to think about. Again, the artwork in this is great. I really enjoy it. I think this is Fox doing the art, or is it Higgins? I don't know. Let me see here. Good God, I'm gonna start putting sticky notes on these freaking things so that I don't always do this. Marcelo Mialo are the coloring, and Fernando Blanco is the artist. Maybe I can get you guys another look here. Yeah, there's some scrapping. There's another spoiler there. Yeah, I think I gave it away a little bit if you were reading previous issues and didn't get to this point. So, I decided not to get the Spider-Verse team-up this week. I just decided, you know, the first team-up, it's basically 2 stories per issue. Different spiders from the different verses. They pair them up, and they're on these little missions and stories. The first one I got, it just didn't even do anything for me. I don't even remember anything about it. Just in one ear, out the other. Don't remember anything about it. So I said, you know, I'm going to spend my money on something else. So I decided to go with Abe Sapien. Kind of expand my Magnola-verse. Abe Sapien. This woman here behind Abe Sapien. This is Abe Sapien. He's like a reptilian kind of creature. This woman was terrorized by some psychotic person, some psychotic killer. Her family was taken out. Abe saved her. Now they're kind of going through the Gulf Coast, traveling with some sort of cult. That's it. That's all I know. That was the tagline at the beginning of the book. You got Dave Stewart again doing the colors here. He does so many coloring projects for the Hellboy series, or the Hellboy verse, rather. Story by Mike Mignola and Scott Alley, and art by Max Fumara. And it just has a great classic kind of Hellboy-ish look to it. And I contribute that mostly to Dave Stewart. Let me get you guys a couple good panels in here just to give you a little sampling here of what to expect. How about Abe Sapien helping his new friend put away some dishes? I don't know. You think you would be more skilled at that, don't you? Wouldn't you think that his fingers would be like sticky or something, that they would be easier to be put away? I don't know, man. All right, my favorite female superhero, or heroine, however you want to say it. But why do I even have to distinguish? Why do I even have to distinguish that it's female? Why can't I just say my favorite superhero, or one of my favorite superheroes? You see? You see how Bitch Planet is already mind-fucking me? It's already getting to me, man. I'm already starting to question things. That's what's happening with Bitch Planet here. Hex, number 5. This could be a good starting point for you if you haven't started reading this series, because it's a new story arc. Basically, in the first 4 issues, there was a big conflict between Lucifer. Lucifer is basically this character here, Lucifer. She is employed by a woman. I can't remember the names right now. You got to remember, I'm reading about 35 titles a month. So I start to lose track of characters and stuff. I got to start taking better notes. But she's hired by a woman who runs like a museum, and in this museum there are all these like specialty occult items. Basically, Lucy is she's like a cat burglar. She's like an occult cat burglar. She's able to steal these things, and she's like an expert cat burglar. Anyway, so there was a big conflict with another character, an occult character. I think it's Lady Cymbeline. Anyway, big, huge conflict between Lucifer, Cymbeline, the curator of the museum. They get into this huge conflict. Anyway, long story short, the museum gets, like, burned down, trashed, all the items stolen from it. So I think that it's now setting up the long-term stories of Lucy having to go retrieve these items and collect these items. So that's going to be really an interesting direction to see where this goes. Lucy seems to have a sidekick in this too. There's an intern that works at the museum, or worked at the museum. It's gone now, or destroyed at least, who she kind of has to show the ropes to. So it's got that kind of tropeness going on. But I just enjoy the banter between those two, between Lucifer and the intern, and I like her interactions with, I think her name's Val, the one that owns the museum, Val. There's great interactions between them, and I just think it's got some snappy, snippy writing in here, and there is always an introduction of, like, new creatures and new craziness. Like, this guy just actually hacked that little creature up. And I'm sorry that my camera is not doing good. I got to go back to my better camera. Next couple weeks, I should be able to edit these videos and put them on a better camera, because I'm going to have the days off on Thursday, because Thursday's Christmas Day, and then after that, Thursday's New Year's Day. So hopefully I'll have some better quality videos, so bear with me. But, you know, there's always, like, new creatures coming into this universe. It's kind of reminded me of Ghosted there. So you have the great writing of, I think, is it Dan Mora? No, Dan Mora does the illustrations, and Michael Allen Nelson is the writer and the creator. So, great team there. The coloring in this one isn't really as good as the other issues. I'm not sure if they're using a new colorist. In the first 4 issues, they always kind of used it almost like they took one color and had a theme. Like in one issue, it was like very purple and lavender tones. In another issue, they were really like messing around with the reds. This one, it just seems kind of like there's no real predominant colors in the color palette. It's just all kind of, it's kind of a boring color palette this month. So I'm hoping that that doesn't affect my feelings about it, you know? All right, anyway, on to Boom Comics again, sticking with Boom. This Hexed is also a Boom title. We have Wild's End, number 4 of 6. If you got to get your anthropomorphic animal fix, because you don't have an issue of Tooth and Claw to read, which is another great anthropomorphic title, think Barbar the elephant, dude. Want an anthropomorphic animal? It's basically an animal that, you know, it's like a human. It has like human qualities, but they got, you know, animal heads and stuff. Get Wild's End. The story is really heating up. Excellent characters, excellent dialogue, excellent chemistry between the characters. It's kind of like a War of the Worlds meets Barbar the Elephant or something. I don't know. That's the best way I can put it. Basically, the story is advancing pretty good. These guys kind of got to get to a town to make a phone call while there are various aliens trying to kill them and destroy them. So it just really goes through the tension and the relationships that they're having while on this journey, and I'm just really, really enjoying it. Just a great, great look. There's the main character there. There's Falls, the fox. He was in the first issue and then disappeared up until the end of the 3rd issue. This dude here. And there's one of the, like, the War of the Worlds type creatures. No, it's not a lamp. That's what I thought at first. I thought it was like a street light or something, but it's not. Trust me, it's not. interesting title, and I love that cover, man, the crop circles. So if you get a chance, give it a try, man. I'm really enjoying it, and I'm not looking forward to that ending. Okay, so the first title of the massive Fire and Stone Alien, Prometheus, Predator, Aliens versus Predator. Those are the 4 titles. The first 4 issues, this is issue 404 of Prometheus, has concluded. Eldon, the synthetic that was injected with the accelerant. If you watched other shows, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to get all into it. He basically makes it off the planet LV-223 and gets on the spacecraft where the Aliens versus Predator storyline takes off. So this part of the story has concluded. It's weird how they constructed this, because they have all these 4 titles going at once, but the time thing is just shifting around from one to the other. So it's very, very confusing, to be honest. So what I'm going to do, like I've said in other videos here, is that I'm going to just, when I get all these issues, I'm going to try to go back and read it according to the timeline. So I think that will make more sense, and I probably didn't even make any fucking sense, just what I said to you guys now. The real star of this is that it's written by Paul Tobin and illustrated by Juan Ferreira, and then another Ferreira does some of the coloring. He gets a credit, not even as a colorist, but a color assistant. A color assistance, it says, which is weird. I don't think I've ever seen that. But they're the real stars of this. Just the way, the way Ferreira draws stuff in here is just great, and it almost has like a pastel-y kind of look to it. Here's some fighting there between some xenomorphs. And it's just a great, great look. I just love how he draws. These two, Paul Tobin and Ferreira, are also teamed up on the Dark Horse title Colder the Bad Seed, too, as well, which is another excellent title. And I highly recommend that title as well. I'm buying that monthly. That's on my permanent pull list now as well. But just a great kind of, like, very atmospheric drawings. I wish this camera would show it better. But just a great, great look. Maybe I should show you guys a brighter page here. There's Eldon. Looks like he's schooling a xenomorph there. But look at how Eldon has changed. If you saw in the first issue, it's just a massive metamorphosis that he's undergone. So, great, great stuff, Prometheus. And finally, the IDW, which has the best feeling cover, the best texture. It's like a glossy, I don't even know. The IDW title, The October Faction. The October Faction is like this Addams family. They're dysfunctional. They don't really speak to each other too much. The father was once this famous, like, monster hunter. The kids want to become monster hunters. The father's against it. The father and the wife haven't been doing too well. They don't talk to each other. But in the last issue, the wife got attacked by this guy here on the front. He's like a robot face. I think that's his name even. This robot-faced character. There's a picture of him in the back where it shows next issue what's going to happen. He's out for revenge because apparently the father, who is there, I can't recall his name, screwed up his father. And now he's out for revenge. So it's kind of like a classic revenge mission. And he's been targeting members of the family. So he targeted the mother last issue. And in this issue, it looks like the daughter is going to get it. And I just love the coloring in this issue. That's what I really love. And the coloring is by Damian Worm. They just say illustrator. That's the only credit they give. Damian Worm, illustrator. So I guess he's doing both the drawing and the coloring. But he's got just some really, like, somber. I just love how all the paneling, too, is black. All the borders, even. So that even gives it, like, an atmospheric look. And it's just, like, lots and lots of shades of blue and white. And it just gives it, like, a really, really cold, dark, and foreboding look that I just really, really love. There's a robot face right there. And it just gives it such, like, an atmosphere that I really, really enjoy. Then there's some, like, flashback sequences, which it almost reminds me of Schindler's List in a way. Because of, it's almost like this black and white kind of pictures with that hint of red. If you saw Schindler's List, you know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to go into more detail. But that's what it really reminded me of. Alright, man. This video is running way later than I thought. Sorry, I didn't do as much homework on the issues this time. I'll try to do better. Let's do a quick... Oh, my Lord. I'm under the gun here. A quick cover of the week. This is a tough one. Oh, my God. Cover of the week this week is I'm gonna go with Wild's End. I love the crop circles, and the world is caving in all around my anthropomorphic buddies, and the coloring too. I just love the yellow. So Wild's End #4 gets cover of the week. Alright, dudes, get Bitch Planet. I'm telling you, you will not be disappointed. Get Bitch Planet. Alright, dudes, have a good week. Take care. Peace.